Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome to New This Week, the show where I go over all the new movies and TV shows coming out on multiple different platforms, Sky, Amazon and Netflix, and give them to you so you can go away and watch them at home. As always, we'll start with Sky. Now it's a quiet week this week and Sky only have one movie and it is Crawl. Now, Crawl is a horror movie. I'm going to say it's a horror movie because even by the trailer there was a couple of jump scares. And it's basically, there's hurricanes coming into this town or a certain area. She goes to save her dad. She finds her dad injured. Now she wonders what it's from. All of a sudden, massive crocodile, alligator. I'm not a professional. I don't know which one it is. Whichever one it is, it's huge and it's scary. So, and that starts attacking it. So that it's almost like a fight for survival, because they're not only trying to survive the hurricane, which is outside, which is just providing the crocodile with more water as if it needed any more water, but also trying to survive the crocodile / alligator, whatever it is. But yeah, that's coming out on Friday. Looks really good, intense film. And a few scares in there, so for anyone that enjoys that sort of stuff, that's there for you. Amazon, there's only 2 movies this week, and they're both coming out on Saturday. So the first one coming out on Saturday is Sherlock Holmes. Now Sherlock Holmes is the adaptation of, you guessed it, Sherlock Holmes. Now he is portrayed by Robert Downey Jr. also, who played Iron Man, for those of you that don't know who the actor is. But yeah, he plays Sherlock, and they're on this mission to solve these crimes that are going on and to basically save people from dying, essentially. I didn't quite catch the name of who the villain is in this one, but if it's not really one I'm familiar with, it might be, but I don't think it is. But yeah, I've seen it myself a while ago. It's been so long now, and it was really, really good. So recommend you go and watch that. Also coming out on Saturday, surprise, surprise, is the sequel to Sherlock, which is Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. Now Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows is basically the fight between Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty. Now, if you don't know who Moriarty is Sherlock Holmes' greatest villain ever. So he's the only one that intellectually can match up with Sherlock. So it's usually a very intense rivalry between them both as they're trying to one-up each other. But yeah, Moriarty's got this plan and stuff, and Sherlock's trying to solve this game that Moriarty's played for him. And yeah, it's again about Sherlock trying to stop a bad guy. But yeah, the Sherlock movie is always a good one. So yeah, both coming out on Saturday, both on Amazon. Now moving on to Netflix. Coming out today is Snowpiercer. Now it said that an episode is coming out on Friday, so I don't. But coming out on Friday, that was stupid. Coming out today, but I'm not sure whether it's the whole season or just the one episode. If it is the one episode, then it'll be weekly from this point. If it's the whole season, then you can go and binge watch it. It's basically about the end of the world and there's a bunch of rich people and a few poor people on this train, and that's the only thing left of the human race, but the poor people are treated very poorly. So as always, there's a revolt on the train. There's a revolt, but there's also snowstorms and stuff because the world's iced over. It's had its own ice age. So yeah, there's multiple things that have to contend with each other as well as these storms, and whether they survive, whether they don't, whether they end up coexisting, that's for you to find out. Also coming out today is Justice League. Now Justice League is superheroes. So you've got like Batman, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and technically also Superman. And I say technically because he is in the Justice League, but I think before all of this, I think he'd either died or had gone missing or something. So whether he comes back to help the Justice League, you'll have to find that out. So coming out tomorrow is a comedy special called Hannah Gadsby Douglas. Now that's not her full name, it's Hannah Gadsby and then the name of the show's Douglas, which I think is actually named after her dog, which is quite cute to be fair. But yeah, it's a comedy special, as always a comedy. Check out the trailer, see if you find her funny or not. If you don't watch it. If you do, go away and watch it. It's as simple as that. Coming out on Wednesday is Jeffrey Epstein Filthy Rich. Now this is a documentary series. Netflix are really hot on these documentary series recently, but it's about the controversy of Jeffrey Epstein, who manipulated young girls by using his money and stuff like that. And yeah, it's quite sad really. And he got away with it. The justice system didn't put him away even though all the evidence was there, and apparently he manipulated the justice system using his money as well, which is just a huge miscarriage of justice. So yeah, if you want to find out more about that in depth as well, it's probably going to be a tough watch in places, but it speaks to the genuine people who had it done to them. So you know, there's a few interviews and stuff, so yeah, it could be tough to watch, but it could be very, very interesting as well. So coming out on Thursday is The First Purge. Now this follows the massive train of Purge movies that have came out, and this is about, shocker again, the first Purge. You know, how it came about. You know, it doesn't go into the politics of how it came about, but it shows the lead up to it, as in, you know, the controversy, the media coverage, how scared people were, and it goes through all of that, but then it also goes through the first night of the Purge, to which there's some soldiers and the army are sent out to pretend to be civilians. So basically, I think there was a lot of people being like, we're going to abstain, we're going to continue with our normal lives. But the government didn't want that because it's the first purge, you know. If you're going to want all crime in one night, you're going to want that to happen. You're not going to want people to abstain. So it forces people, by sending the army to kill them that acting like normal people, it's forcing people to fight for survival, forcing people to kill others, forcing people to commit crimes. So the purge will work. So yeah, if you want to see how that all goes down, that's coming out on Thursday. Also coming out on Thursday is Leave No Trace. Now Leave No Trace is, I'm pretty sure, based off a book, don't quote me on it, but basically it's about this ex-military soldier, a veteran, who is living in the woods with his daughter. They get found and you can't live in the woods because it's private property or something like that, or public property. I can't remember which one it is, I'm pretty sure it's private. So they get like kind of arrested, kind of just taken into custody to just check if they're alright, given a place to live and stuff, but because he wants to live in the woods, it's what he knows. But the girl's very, very smart as well, because the guy's teaching her everything she needs to know. He's teaching her. So, above where she should be for her age in terms of education-wise. So yeah, it's more about their relationship, I think. You know, does he continue to live in the woods because that's what he knows, or does he push his own boundaries for his daughter's sake? It seems quite an emotional story, quite a heartfelt one. So yeah, that's coming out on Thursday. And coming out on Friday is first episode of America's Got Talent. I mean, I don't really need to explain what America's Got Talent is, do I? America, have they got talent or not? The first episode of that is coming out on Friday. So yeah, if you're into Got Talent shows and stuff, go away and watch that. Also coming out on Friday is Spaceballs Season 1. Now Spaceballs is made by the producers of The Office, I'm pretty sure the American Office, and it's got Steve Carell in, a very funny man, and it's basically about, it's been so many years since they've been on on the moon, I mean, and they've been told they need to send a team up there to basically almost, I think, live there or something like that. I couldn't quite catch what it is. And he needs to build a team, but Steve Carell doesn't believe in it in a way. He laughed at it when it first got announced, and then he was told he was in charge of it. So yeah, it seems a very funny show, and then probably knowing the makers of The Office probably does have a really good story to it as well. So yeah, highly recommend that one. I think I'm going to go and watch that one myself. Also coming out on Friday is Queen of the South Season 4. Now, the trailer doesn't really give much away. I think it kind of does what a lot of American shows do, and then if it's the trailer for Season 4, it's kind of expecting you to know what the premise of the show is by now. So yeah, I recommend you go and watch the previous seasons before you watch Season 4, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it seems a bit more action-packed. It's not like a stuck-up person like life or something like that, I don't know. It's very much like a bit of crime in there, a bit of violence, more than I thought there'd be. So yeah, if you're interested, go and see the previous seasons. Also coming out on Friday is Somebody Feed Phil Season 3. Now this is a TV programme about just feeding this guy called Phil. You know, he goes around the world, he tries to try different foods from around the world and show off the great just the great food from around the world. So yeah, it seems quite funny in places actually. A lot of these shows are quite factual. This one seems a lot more fun, a lot more like if just a random bloke was told to go on holiday somewhere and try out the food, which is quite funny really. But yeah, it seems quite a good show. But watch the previous seasons, because you know that for obvious reasons again. Don't start with Season 3, start with Season 1. And finally, on Friday is Kenny Sebastian, the most interesting person in the room. Now, already he's off to a bad start, because that's not true, because I am the most interesting person in the room. Anyway, this is a comedy, again, as any comedy. Watch the trailer, see what it's like. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you find them funny, watch it. Simple as that. And yeah, that is everything coming out this week. Bit of a shorter list. Netflix as always carrying on with their long list, but the others been a little bit shorter. So yeah, those are all the things you can go away and watch this week and when they're coming out. Put down in the comments down below, what are you looking forward to watching? What is there anything there you want me to review on this channel? I know I'm doing a lot more gaming stuff than I started off with, but I still do reviews here and there, especially if it's new stuff. So yeah, if there's anything, put it down in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you like this video, and if you're new here, please subscribe. I do these every week, so if you like it, subscribe. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya!